Race fans, welcome back to Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida, where we are here for the third night in a row. Thursday night, of course, we saw the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series with their clash at the Daytona before it was paved. And then last night, we saw Daytona after it was paved. And tonight, well, we're going to see the Daytona Road Course. I'm Josh Coppernell. I'm joined by Jonathan Parker. John, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Josh.
That's good. It's good to hear. So tonight, it's a different style of racing, of course. You know, we're going to see some right and left-hand turns, not just the left-handers. So, I mean, tonight it's a little bit different. These drivers have a whole different skill set to deal with. So, what are they going to be facing, especially with a NASCAR truck instead of, say, a road course car?
Yeah, well, completely different from the big oval. The big oval is all about, you're going down I-95 at 200 mile an hour, and you're right up next to everyone. And in this, you got to be got to have a lot more finesse. Yeah, and this is not like any other road course. It sucks, but it's in Daytona, so everyone loves it. It's not very road coursey to me, but it still requires a lot of talent to get around.
We have a pretty big field tonight as well, and some new drivers on board as well, making their debuts tonight. We have just over a minute and a half left of practice. Let's go ahead and get into it. Parker, who is your pick to win?
Oh, I pick first?
Yeah, I always allow my colors to pick first. My color commentators to pick first.
Is that a racetrack? Sorry. I'm picking Austin J. McGill. He's very good at these road courses. Dude is a tough out. I've raced with him a few times on road courses, and he has pushed me hard and made me better. So I think that he's going to get it done tonight.
I was thinking Austin J. McGill was a really good pick as well. He was going to be my pick. He stole him from me. Ethan Fonseca Moreno, we kind of expect him to be up there as well. A little surprised to see Tristan Maher isn't here. He'd be a good one to pick. Sean Kissany up there. But you know what? I'm going to go with Hunter Peach. He's sitting at fourth right now in the practice charts. I think he's made a couple of starts here in the series before, but he did just sign up to race this season not too long ago. So he's looking to make his first start of the season. So I'm going to go with Hunter Peach. I think he can get it done. He's been so close to getting wins and just coming up a little bit too short.
Yeah, I ruin it.
That too.
Or one of us jinx him up in the booth.
Yeah. We'll try not to jinx him. So that's going to do it for practice. We are going to head into qualifying around this 3.54 mile road course. And if you are expecting me to tell you what turn by turn it is, I'm sorry, but I know what turn 1 is, and that's it. I don't even know how many turns this track actually has.
Allegedly, it has 11.
Okay, well, I know what turn 1 and turn 11 are. It's first turn and last turn, so good enough for me.
I guess the last turn. The question is, do the oval turns count as 2?
I think I saw somewhere where they just counted as one whole turn, but like I
don't know.
Toasty's in the chat. I know he knows. Toasty, do they?
Someone who likes this place, please help me out.
I like this place. I just don't know road racing.
Even Sonoma, I'd have you covered.
Oh, Sonoma, I've got that.
Love that place.
Sonoma's awesome. I love it. Nathan Fuller is the first one out, surprisingly. Normally it's Zach Roast, so Tonight, Zach is not the first one with that. It's Nathan Fuller.
You're gonna need every second you can get.
Yeah, 10 minutes of qualifying. This is, of course, where everybody qualifies at the same time. Not individually, but not everybody is on the track. I know what I'm trying to say. It's just not coming out the way I wanted to say it.
Well,
not everybody's on the track together, but everybody's on the track. You can't see the others, so.
Yeah, if you watch last night's race, where NAOR they do single car qualifying, where everyone is on pit road, but there's one at a time. It's like the good old days of being honest. And most leagues don't do that. That's very interesting. But yeah, this is like most qualifying you'll see here tonight. It's just 5 more minutes.
And we're actually going to ride take a look at how Cameron Caldwell's doing this year. We're jumping back to the 12th, so he's taking the flag. He is now through turn 1 and coming up through this little left-right area. Now through the a little bit of tire lockup right front through the Western Horseshoe, or I'm sorry, the International Horseshoe. He's first.
Sure.
I was just at the Rolex 24, so if I got that one wrong, through the kink on the infield, and now coming to the Western Horseshoe.
Only horseshoes I know is the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah. In the wannabe Broncos.
Listen, you tell me. The only league race I did here, I got done. I guess it was in one of them horseshoe thingies. I don't know. Dylan Farker got in there a little hot, and then that was basically my race. But yeah, it was.
Through
never
NASCAR
liked this
too.
one.
Yeah, I like. I know
most people do.
Racing here with road racing cars. When NASCAR came here and they had that front stretch chicane, I mean, it was cool to watch on TV, but to race in here, let me just tell you, I know I've mentioned on every broadcast how I wish I was out there on track, but I'm so glad to see Dawson Allen out there. I think this is one I would have been like, if the roles were reversed and Dawson was in the booth still and I was on track, I think this would be the one where I would be like, hey, you want to switch?
Yeah, take a provision.
I'll be in the
tonight
booth for this one. Cameron Caldwell, top of the board, 148.656. He's
going to be one of the favorites. Pretty good lap.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he actually just touched the grass, so he's not even going to have a second lap.
Yeah. I was going to say something bad. Sorry.
And we were talking about Tristan Maher, by the way, and where he was. This guy has won the last couple. Oh, man, tire lockup big time. He's been talked about as a driver that has won the last couple of Charlotte Roval races. So, this course is not the Charlotte Roval, but I gotta imagine it's got some of the same characteristics.
I mean, I share about the same opinion at the Charlotte Roval as I do here, and I think that this is just I guess I should say the Roval is a smaller Daytona road course, really. I mean, because I guess this track's a little more flowy. It flows a lot better than the infield at Charlotte. Less elevation change, though, being in South... Well, it's not really South Florida, but being in Florida.
Riley Garcia. Newcomer. I think he just touched the grass, and he's going to cross the line. Well, that's not what he wants.
Yeah, that's one thing that's so tough about qualifying at these road courses, especially with the way this bus stop is. If you get one little off track, just put your tire off just a little bit too much, your time's disallowed. So tough. Whereas ovals, you don't have to worry about that. If you scrape the wall, you probably messed up your lap anyway, right? So it doesn't really matter that much. You don't really have to think about it.
Improves. Now currently P8. Cameron Caldwell still having the number 1 spot. Now here's one. If I can get to him. Austin J. McGill.
Dang!
148.560. He's gonna
He's a little excited.
slide. I think you're right. He is a little excited. Now
I know he knows how big of a chance this is for him. This is his wheelhouse.
Either Fonseca Moreno across the line, and yeah, Austin J. McGill. He is a really good road course racer as well. I think one of the most memorable moments I remember about Austin J. McGill is when the I9 Designs NAOR series was visiting Suzuka for a doubleheader, and Austin J. McGill started that race and won it. Won one of them.
Yeah, and that's that's how you know he's really good, right? Because the stock cars don't ever go there. Yeah, so just the ability to adapt and learn on the fly is just that's how you know you got a special road racer. Because we always go to Sonoma or Watkins Glen as a fan favorite. It's a lot of fun to drive, and everyone kind of knows that, but not everyone knows the Suzuka track quite like that, and he's able to adapt to it and learn it. So that's how you know he's really good.
Now, Ethan Fonseca Moreno is coming out of NASCAR 2. So, we've talked about it in the previous broadcast as to whether or not this was going to be the sports car, IMSA layout or the NASCAR layout. And I don't know if I actually had an answer for you last broadcast. We really haven't talked about it, but we have been watching qualifying going on here. And it is the IMSA layout. If you're wondering what the difference is, there would be a chicane right about here where Ethan Fonseca Moreno is at. And thankfully there's not. But, Ethan Moreno, 144.96. 495, rather.
It took some pole, and I don't know if he can go fast on the second lap. I actually don't even think he has enough time to do a second lap.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, he went out pretty late there, but
78 of Michael White across the line. And Tristan Maher. P3 for Maher.
good, pretty good. I think he took that a decent part of that qualifying, just trying to learn everything, and then puts it third. That's pretty impressive.
All right, so I'm going to attempt to do something real quick. So you're seeing the replay screen. I just want to refresh Trading Paints. And Ethan Fonseca Moreno, who was the only one still out on track, cut the backstretch chicane, so his lap wouldn't count if he did have enough time anyway. As qualifying is actually now at 0. And so that does it for qualifying. I'm trying to do one more thing. Okay, I'm all set. So let's go over our starting grid real quick, because it is going to be very quick with them lining up on the backstretch. So starting on the pole is going to be Ethan Fonseca Moreno. Austin J. McGill will start second. Starting third will be, once this loads, but it's going to be Tristan Maher. Cameron Caldwell will start fourth. Alex Kerfan, fifth. Hunter Peach, sixth. Sean Kissedy, seventh. Trevor Burns, eighth. Tyler Ratliff, 9th, and Jeffrey Armstead will start 10th.
You start 11th is Alonso Chicano. Starting 12th is Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. 13th is Brett Bennett, and 14th is Zach Probst. 15th will be Andrew Elias, and 16th will be the Mississippi Missile. Starting at 17th will be Cody McCorkle, and 18th will be William Kemp. 19th will be Jacob Lockley, and rounding out your top 20 is Jonathan Canfield.
21st, Josh Arnold, Riley Garcia, 22nd. Nathan Fuller, 23rd. Christopher Melton, 24th. Harold Tucker, start 25th. Michael.
A little bug with Josh Coppernole's microphone there, but last two will be Dawson Allen, then Matt Steiner.
That real quick. Yeah. No. Okay. I don't know what's going on.
It's okay.
I don't know.
The mic knows it's a road course race too.
Yeah, you can hear me fine though.
I got you now.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't happen the rest of the race.
Yeah, I hope not. I need a new mic. We need a JCTV.
Quit moving the cord.
Yeah. JCTV Joshua Coppernoll mic fund. That's what we need. Today's race, by the way, is you're seeing on the ticker, it's saying 42 laps. It's a 75-minute race. Right now, Sim is expecting it to take 42 laps. We are going to have the stage caution, which is going to come at the 20-minute mark, or right around there. So, that's the updates I can give you as far as lap counts and stage. Other than that, we're just here. We'll see how many of these guys actually go. As green flag is waving, we are underway for the Daytona Road Course, the MartinPC.com Grand Prix.
Jump by Ethan there.
And we've got trouble. Josh Arnold. Not sure what happened to him.
I'm not sure either. I know he's the type that really likes to take it easy at these road courses, just kind of survive the battle of attrition.
Oh, that's another PBR driver. I think that is Jonathan Canfield. So already, PBR is off to a great start.
Jay McGill got passed by Tristan Maher.
Dawson
I
Allen.
honestly don't know where, but
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all good. There's a lot going on.
Tristan Maher just got loose, I noticed, on the transition. Gonna lose some time. Here comes McGill back up to the back tailgate of Maher. If you're either Fontana Moreno.
Battle.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, they're gonna be too wide coming into the bus stop. Tristan backs out of it.
Yeah, wisely just kind of gives that up. It's not a place you really want to go double file, especially early
spin!
on.
I couldn't tell who, but I know it was behind Andrew Elias, who also is going to spin.
Cody McCorkle is spun out there.
It would be Cody McCorkle, driver number 2.
Just got in there too hot, and he tried to not run into Andrew Elias, just couldn't.
I know one of the big things a lot of people were talking about was getting into turn 1 without that front stretch chicane, having all that momentum coming in hot into 1, and who's going to be able to survive it? It looks like, for the most part, everybody's taking it easy. One driver down pit road. That's going to be the number 15 of Tyler Ratliff.
Maher.
Wow.
And one of them horseshoes got really loose.
That would be the Western Horseshoe.
Yeah, I'm just call it. Yeah, I'll try and remember it.
International first, Western second.
Okay, got it.
I hope.
I hope. This is easy for me. They're an oval turns 1 and 2.
Either Fontana Moreno's still leading this race. He did set the fastest time, but of course only one lap has been completed. This is such a big track, but here is McGill right on his tailgate.
He is closing in on him. He's pretty aggressive. He is not one to really just kind of just let the race play out. He wants to take control of the races.
Well, McGill actually going to look underneath Moreno. Now cutting to the outside of Moreno. There's going to be a drag race between the two heading into turn 1. McGill wide. Actually, that might be a line for him to get a run here.
Gonna do a little, I guess, crossover status maybe. He's gonna look to the outside.
Yeah, looking to the outside, heading into the Western the International Horseshoe. I can't even get it right. Now McGill's going to be on the outside. Tristan Maher
leads. That's going to let Sean Cassane get a run on him.
And once again,
whoa.
Oh man,
hard.
Either Fontana Moreno wide. He's going to lock
spin out.
Oh my goodness.
Through all that, we got a new leader. In Austin J. McGill.
And Sean, I'm going to have to get used to calling him Cassane.
It's not Kissany.
You know, it's just that's the way I've always called him.
Yeah. Just like Jonathan Jorgensmeyer is not Jurgensmeyer. That's another one that y'all look to.
Well, I mean, Andrew Elias is not Elias, but that's what everybody knows him as.
Yeah, that's true.
First time
you call me an alien, and that's not my name either.
Well, I never said your name was Alien. I said you are an alien.
I am not an alien.
Trouble for 91, Shane O'Neill. Trying to get onto NASCAR 1. I mean, an alien would not admit that he's an alien, so... I just don't believe.
I guess he got me there.
Exactly. Alien Parker.
Yeah, Ethan. Yeah, he's kind of settled in.
Oh wow!
After
Move.
That. Whoa!
Big time by Alex Kerfan, who is quickly as
that
got
might not
position.
Might not have been 100% intentional. I think he just got in there a little hot, but yeah, Ethan's kind of settling in now after that. He kind of had a rough last lap. Really, he's just had that slide. He was under attack, but. Knowing him, he's such a great tire server, and I just know he's pacing himself right now.
I think I know why Alex Kerfan had those issues he did. Fastest lap in the race. Not just fastest on track at the moment, fastest in the race. He was really cooking heading into 1.
He's hauling, and he's one that we don't really talk about that much on road courses, really. Like, he runs good. It's just... we don't consider him one of the favorites, if that makes sense. And so it's good to see him running up here in the top 5.
Josh Arnold with another issue.
Just want to say, I looked at Michael Walls and I see damage. A little bit of damage on the front end of his truck. Insert Mississippi missile comment here.
Well, we're seeing two different things. I don't really see any damage.
You don't see it? All right. I'm sorry, Micah. I owe you one. How about that?
Yeah, no, I don't.
All right. It's just my sim then. I will say that I was wrong. My sim was wrong. Micah is perfect.
You heard it here first. Michael Wallace is perfect. So Ethan Fonseca Moreno closing in on Austin J. McGill.
Yeah, definitely doing a good job of just pacing himself and not getting panicked after that. After he was under attack there. Maher got back around Sean Kissany. Oh my God. It'll be a long 75 minutes. I normally say it right too, because I talk to him every now and again. And then I just messing everything up.
Who allowed us to be in the booth together?
For a road course, nonetheless. Oh God. we need like Shane Van Gisbergen or someone who really like teach us, because I'm not very. I know you think I'm good at road course racing. I'm really not. I swear to God. I'm just a visitor here on the road course side.
Well, I think if we were to take us to and put us in any car on any road course, I think you'd still come out the winner.
I don't think I could beat you in a lawnmower.
I never driven a lawnmower, but I don't know. I if you've seen my road skill,
you've ever seen me in a not stock car. I guess I'm okay at when it was the Formula One car every now and again, but. Really like the two different lines going on between the top two in turn one there. Austin J. McGill taking a really wide entry and then kind of getting the run off with the late apex, and Ethan's taking a more tighter line. I kind of want to see which one's going to prevail later on in the race.
You know, next time by, I want to... oh, goodness! Austin J. McGill loose there. He was fighting the wheel.
That is one thing, you know, if you do watch the 24 or drive any prototype or GT car around here, it's gonna be frank a lot easier to drive than a stock car. The stock car, it's so tough to get the rear tires hooked up. That the surface is so old, and these things are already tough enough to drive on ovals, let alone a road course. So it's quite a different experience.
Oh, I actually can drive this track a little bit. I can make a couple successful laps in a road course car around this track in a row. I might get a couple successful laps in this NASCAR truck every, I don't know, 5 days.
Yeah,
Set the line. Go ahead.
No, last year I was supposed to do the 24. Yeah, it's going to be related to that. And, you know, once, obviously later in the year, Slide Job Racing League, or Tuesday Night League, went here to Daytona last year, and it was like shell shock. I'm like, boy, this is like a lot harder than I remember. You just got to remember that being the Xfinity car versus a GT. It's just so different. So much different.
So we're going to ride on board with Ethan Fonseca Moreno now that they're at the line. Watch these two as McGill locks up the tire, goes wide.
Yeah, I think that was not intentional.
Well, I would not say so. We're just going to let the cars or trucks kind of talk here and let you watch the different lines between McGill and Moreno. a lap riding with Ethan Fonseca Moreno, and see here, he is still all over McGill as McGill goes wide. They're going to be side by side here. Bring Tristan Maher into the picture as well. Oh, could they be?
3, no way.
I think
Thought
the only
better of
person
it.
that wanted to see that 3 wide was Sean Cassane. And now Tristan Maher gonna look under. He's not there.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking this just watching that lap is normally there's a lot of variation, if you know what I mean, like between the lap time. Usually you get big gaps on these road courses, and we've seen it here in this league too, and it just kind of always happens, but not today so far through these first 7.5 laps. It's the entire top 5 is within 2.5 seconds of each other. Just they're under a blanket. They're right on top of each other. Maybe it's because with the oval, you know, the draft kind of brings them together. Maybe that's what I would kind of tend to think.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that too. Actually, I mean, you see, when we were just riding on that on board with Ethan Fonseca Moreno, one thing that I was noticing was he was following wherever McGill was going right on the track. And the moment he did so, and I'm thinking, you know, Moreno's thinking the draft. You know, you may be thinking, well, this isn't the Daytona Oval. What do you mean about the draft? Well, there's still a draft in high-speed areas and really
Yes,
any
sir.
track.
And that's what's so different from a track like a traditional road course like a Sonoma or even a Suzuka. Really, like there's not really many places to draft at those tracks. But here, I mean, most of the oval is part of the road course, and so that means eventually that draft is gonna be a big deal, and it's such a huge disadvantage, I guess, to be the leader in that sense.
Oh, I'm thinking Tristan Maher just got to slow down.
Yeah,
He got passed by Cassane and Gerfan. Cameron Caldwell. He's lost some positions. He started in 4th, currently back in 7th. I see he has 9 incident points. I'm not sure. His truck looks clean, but
maybe he got us on because he was just behind Alex Kerfan not too long ago, and they got to jostle for position now, and he's not really up there with them. That's kind of interesting. I might have to go back and look at that.
Fonseca Moreno though still keeping Austin J. McGill honest, and Sean Cassane.
Sorry, Sean. You know, his gamer tag in the PlayStation days is Evids, so I might just call him Evids. How about that one?
We'll get it right.
Nah, I think I'm going to continue to call him Evids. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Sean Evids. You know, I'm just talking about Cameron Caldwell. I don't think he had any major issue, really. I mean, he went wide in turn 1. I think that was lap 7, but he's just kind of, I think he's just kind of off the pace right now compared to the leaders. I would not have had that on my bingo card.
Yeah. Oh, Alex Kerfan goes a little wide. So, real quick, before we get any further, we have now turned into a 3-man booth, and if you're asking, well, who's joining us, who wrecked out? Nobody. It is our own Adam Kuhn. Adam, of course, you weren't racing tonight as you literally got out of work about the time that the race was starting, so getting home and now joining us. You never had a chance to try to get out there on track, and I'm not so sure if this is a place you would want to race at anyway. I know I was joking saying it's not one I'd want to race. So first of all, welcome, and how you doing?
Yeah, good. Excuse me. Good evening, Josh and Jonathan. And you were right, Josh, because yeah, thankfully my manager had other plans for me today, so I couldn't wreck out and then join you in the booth. So I just worked and then joined you in the booth. So it's been fun to listen to the broadcast on the drive home, and listening to what you guys were just saying a moment ago about how close the top 5 is right now is astonishing here, and I think it's going to continue, but it's really important right now with the stage points up at grabs at 20-minute mark here.
Oh, I forgot about that.
To be honest, I don't even know exactly what time the race started, so I don't know how close we are.
I'm in the same boat about that, so.
We got 56 minutes and 38 seconds left.
Win the session, yeah. So I guess if we took 75 minus 56. We're close.
Is this?
Oh!
No! Austin J. McGill! No! Sean, don't run him over!
Oh, Moreno's gonna go wide! McGill back to the lead!
These guys are all under a blanket, and that's gonna bring. If Tristan doesn't get loose, it's gonna bring him back into the conversation, too.
Moreno actually might have just used the bumper.
Yeah, that was just a little love tap of, hey, get a move on. Yeah, you can help us with these corners, right, Adam? You like this racetrack a lot. You know more about the track than I do.
Yeah, this is the Western Horseshoe they're going through now.
Were you right? Yeah, Josh was right. He was right.
I was right.
Yes, Josh was right, from what I believe, from what I could hear on the car.
For once, I was right.
And speaking of the stage, Dawson just came over race control chat and said the stage is wrapping up this lap, I believe, guys.
Hey! Get stage points, people.
So this is last lap of stage?
Yes, Dawson just double confirmed. This is the last lap. Once the top 10 take the lap here,
Alrighty.
that will be the speed points.
The leaders were racing like it was the last lap of the stage, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, looks like Austin J. McGill is going to win the stage. Ethan Fonseca Moreno brings it home second. Sean Hussein third. Tristan Maher fourth. Alex Kerfan fifth. Across the line, sixth is Lonzo Chicano. Cameron Caldwell seventh. Trevor Burns eighth. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer ninth. And it appears that 11th will be Hunter Beach. And still no caution.
You ain't gonna be throwing no caution.
No, wait.
We're just gonna keep going.
Wait, leave me alone.
We throw cautions everywhere else, so it's okay. But no caution here. We're just gonna keep going. Change that NASCAR made, and then in the playoffs said, F that. We're just gonna throw cautions again for stages.
That's right. That's right. BSR did it first. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
I think we need one.
Bye. So top five, McGill, Moreno, Hussein, Kerfan, and Maher. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to miss a thing, as we're going to be side by side.
Ship my pants? Right here? Ship my pants? You're kidding.
You can ship your pants right here.
You hear that? I can ship my pants for free.
Wow, I just may ship my pants.
Yeah, ship your pants. Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I can't wait to ship my pants, Dad.
I just shipped my pants, and it's very convenient.
Very convenient.
I just shipped my drawers.
I just shipped my nightie.
I just shipped my bed. If you can't find what you're looking for in store, we'll find it at Kmart.com right now.
It's now the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series.
Interesting development here today with Carl Edwards. After drinking a vitamin water focus, it became clear to him on how to try to hone his driving abilities and achieve total calm in the car. So he got a dang koi pond installed. There's Carl's spiritual advisor, actor Ralph Macchio. Focus. Edwards coming in for an unscheduled pit stop. They're making a core change and upgrading with the Zen Garden.
Vitamins, electrolytes, no sodium, vitamin water, try it.
Sup? I'm Zach Buckner, owner of Fantasy Team Can't Touch This. And these are my drivers. I got the Hapster, Double A, Larson, Easy B, and DJ Craze.
That's not my nickname.
It is here. Questions?
Where else can you take charge and join the battle of the fantasy nations? Nowhere but NASCAR Fantasy Live. Sign up at nascar.com/fantasy.
And we're back here, live from the Daytona International Speedway road course. And we have a fourth man in the booth with us, which was totally unexpected. But it is, well, again, not anybody that's crashed out and decided to join us. But it is actually, well, the one, the only, Michael Kruger. Mikey, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Josh. I just had spare time after a long, busy day of work, and I just was so interested in kind of hopping in a little last second, if you want to say, to kind of commentate a little on how this AMSOIL truck race at the Daytona road course is going tonight. As this surely looks like it's been exciting, especially for road course standards.
It has been a pretty exciting one, that's for sure. Now, I believe, Adam, actually, you had a point that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, Josh, we highlighted the top 5 before we went to break, and someone who wasn't listed, but I think still very proud of their run tonight, gotta be the 25 of Alonso Challenge, just outside of that battle that we've seen all up in the front, most of the race so far, just outside of that battle, Josh, but for someone who was really down on himself on road courses in general, but especially in this league over the last couple years, just seeing the improvement he's done every time we've gone to not just a new road course, but just going to the same one. He just continues to improve, and he's put a lot of practice time in this week, guys, so trying to get better, but having a great step tonight with a 6th place run so far.
Pit stops are starting to happen. We have 3 drivers down pit road. It's going to be Traver Burns, Brett Bennett, and Jeffrey Armstead. Meanwhile, also, while that point was going on from Adam, Ethan Fonseca Moreno has taken the lead. Zach Probst also coming down pit road. So I think drivers are ready to bring it down pit road. Get some 4 freshies on it.
We had some short pits as well. Cameron Caldwell came in about 2 laps before these guys, I think.
Yeah, he's kind of the one who started that, and we were talking about it during the break. He is struggling right now. He is not his normal self tonight. He's normally always one of the favorites, expect him to be top 3 at these road courses, and he has not been that fast tonight, which is shocking to me.
Yeah, Jonathan, he qualified 4th, but just fell throughout that top 10 during that stage, and I think he was 10th when he hit pit road here. Michael, you raced against him head-to-head on road courses. Can you compare anything that he has done to a track like this?
I mean, he really works super hard during the weeks and prep for this race, or for road courses. He's definitely a tenacious road course racer. He openly talks about how much he loves driving stock cars on road courses, and he's obviously, I mean, he's shown in the past how great he is. I mean, it's so odd to see him have a bit of an uncharacteristic race so far, and he's kind of trying to dive into the kind of the strategy game already, trying to see if he could take advantage of some of these other guys and try to put himself back into it with some strategy. And it's just really odd, really, with how his race has gone so far. And I don't know, maybe strategy could work later, but who knows?
And with his start to the season having some
Oh
bad
my
luck.
goodness!
Whoa!
Oh goodness! Terrell Tucker! Wow! Right in front of the leaders, just got loose and into the grass. Now he's into the grass again, just ahead of Irvin.
He had just spun out right as we went to commercial break.
Oh, 3 wide!
No, he
He's
just
trying to
bailed
get
out
out
of
of
it.
the way.
Yeah,
He's
that was a good
trying.
call there. But he spun in this corner right as we had come back from the commercial break, so he is fighting bad tires on that 64 right now.
Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about even.
One thing, since we're getting a little closer to pit stops, I'm really curious to see what some of these guys in the top 3 are going to do. What's Gisane going to do? Or is he going to try to short pit a lap earlier or two, try to get ahead of Moreno and McGill here?
And that's something I learned in the slide job race with, that battle for the race win was very close too. And I learned from just even with my damaged car, when you pit, we'll decide whether if you can win or not. You have to pit on the exact right lap.
Alex Kerfin is going to pit from the 5th position. He dropped the left sides in the grass, going through the bus stop, and lost a bunch of momentum through the oval because of that. Lost the spot to Tristan Maher, so he bails and pits. Looks like Hayward Tucker's going to join him on pit lane.
Smart move.
Smart. It's going to be a slow lap anyway.
Fontana Moreno has caught up to Shane O'Neill. He's going to stay on the right side here as they are coming up to the kink. And
it's a little bit hairy for Shane.
Oh, that's so much harder than it looks. Oh,
yeah.
I was worried Shane was just going to go in there and accidentally dip a tire off, but he did a good job getting slow and out of their way.
Yeah, it's been really fascinating to watch how these 3 managed to just stay nose to tail pretty much here through this course of the rows. McGill has a moment, and Gisane is gonna get blocked. He's gonna get blocked as this is kind of what ETB wants to see right here, as these two kind of squabble at each other for second, as he's kind of pulling away a little bit, stretching that lead out.
Going to be really aggressive here in the bus stop, but Michael, this is really no surprise to us because one of the first things you heard on the radio when you came into the session was McGill complaining about his rear tires not having anything left in them, and that was when he had a little bit of a comfortable gap on ETB, and that is completely gone. As you mentioned, Ethan Fontana Moreno trying to extend it here on the oval, and Shane Gisane, excuse me, he's going to really get held up here because he couldn't make that move in the bus stop.
Yeah, protecting your rear tires is like the biggest thing. As McGill is falling to the pits, he's going to be the first one of the top 3 to dive in. He's going to head on in with Tristan Maher trailing a little bit behind him. It's going to really kind of flip some of how the strategy's going to go and might force McGill and Moreno's hand.
Michael Walls with a moment. He is slow. Kerfan's going to get around. William Kemp's right there.
Oh, it looks like he might have looped it. It appears he looped it in the bus stop.
And coming in the pit road
he
now.
made slight contact with the tire set up there at the wall.
Oh my gosh, and he entered the track right in front of Alex. Oh my. Oh, that Alex had a moment there, trying to avoid Micah.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of unhappy motions in the rear of the 30 truck's tires there. So he was very displeased with that, Michael.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Your worst nightmare on road courses is to see guys that are a lap down or someone have a spin right in front of you, and you're already committed to this part of the track, and you kind of have almost nowhere to go when they pull up right in front of you. It's always a frightening moment, no matter what road course.
Kilburn had another moment as now live he had a Dawson Allen pulling on the track right in front of him through the kink.
Fontana Moreno catching another card, but truck to put them a lap down. It's going to be Brandon Hinton.
So we're talking about the strategy a little bit earlier, guys. Cameron Caldwell is not too far behind Tristan Maher and Alex Griffin and those who have already pitted, and they are not too far. behind the 99 of Austin J. McGill. It's still a pretty decent gap on the track, but it's not what it once was before the pit sequence started. But of course, a long way to go. The front leaders have not yet pit.
I wouldn't be shocked one bit here if Ethan comes down to pit, as there he goes. He's pitting right now as Hussein stays out. He does not follow Moreno, as he's going to go at least one lap longer.
Mikey, make sure you're live. And Ethan Fonseca Moreno is going to come out of pit road now. It's going to be close whether or not he gets out ahead of Austin J. McGill. I think he's got it. I think Ethan Fonseca Moreno is able to. Well, actually, he still has to maintain pit road. Now he's off. He's going to be in front of McGill just barely.
Cold tires, though, Josh. Remember, Austin J. McGill's been on the track for about 2 laps now.
Oh, it goes well. That's cold tires right there for you.
And Alex Coffin is going to love to see these two battle it and see if he can leapfrog a few positions here in the running order with these two right in front of him. McGill trying to dive to the inside here.
Well, McGill's going to be on driver's right. He was on the inside for that corner. Going to be on the inside, transitioning back to the oval. And McGill actually crossing over. Great move.
Oh, still a little bit of...
Austin had it.
He's so aggressive on the brakes. It's very impressive to see him go to work.
If Austin just didn't get loose there, he could have possibly stuck side by side with ETB, but he's still in a really good spot, trailing him heading into the bus stop here.
Sean Cassane is now down pit road.
Let's see where he is at compared to these two guys.
Alonso Chicano is going to join him.
Jurgismeyer coming as well.
McGill looks like he's going to make a move here into turn 1, as he's going to back out and let Ethan kind of just send it in there to protect McGill from going inside, as Kissane is pulling out of pit road right now through the exit, is a bit of a ways behind.
He's going to lose a spot to Alex Coffin, maybe another to Tristan Maher here on his cold tires.
Yeah.
Extra laps. Really showing up right there.
We're going to find out in these next 5 to 10 laps to see how big that tire difference is going to be for Kissane, or if pitting late's going to cost him or not. That's why Alex goes wide.
It's going to give an easy spot there to Kissane.
And Maher. I was actually just about to talk about Cameron Caldwell. As all that was happening, Caldwell, of course, pit much earlier. Before everybody else, he's already back up to 6th place. So I have to say, coming down pit road earlier, benefiting Caldwell right now.
He's reaping the benefits now, but
yeah, I was just going to get to that.
the tail end of this race is going to be rough for him, and he's going to need that championship experience to maintain that position.
That's exactly my point, JP. He struggled on the end of the long run, the first stage, and it's going to be a lot deeper run probably here to the end.
Draper Burns, he's having a pretty good run. Currently 7th place, battling with Alonso Chicano. Chicano just getting out of pit road with having those cold tires. He actually just lost a whole lot of time there. But Draper Burns, he's one that you can always watch out for on the road courses in the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series. Of course, different vehicles in that series compared to this one, as that's the next gen. Right here is, of course, the NASCAR trucks.
What happened to Alonso there was he had a big time fishtail leaving the bus stop right there with Traber, and it just huge overcorrection. Did a good job not making it a bigger issue and catching the wall there. And that could have been a very catastrophic hit, but keeping it minimal and trying to stay in line with traffic here. But speaking of traffic, Josh, race leader is about to get 2 or maybe 3 lap trucks here.
Yeah, it's Christopher Melton. Right in front of him, Riley Garcia just up the road. He's got a little bit of time before he gets to Jonathan Canfield, but right here, not an ideal place to catch these guys. With that bus stop, it's going to be coming up pretty quickly.
We talked about it before, Josh. It's a pretty dangerous place to go side by side, but he's going to have to make this pass here.
Oh my goodness!
3 wide. And the 2 lappers go wide in front of McGill. And
no.
They live somehow.
Jeez.
That almost worked in the best way possible somehow for Ethan.
And that was a major heart attack right there for McGill and Moreno.
Okay, first of all, if you're Austin J. McGill, I want to know where your horseshoe is, because, oh my, he got lucky there.
Yeah, Josh. Christopher Melton tries dive bombing it in on Garcia there, and the leader is trying to make quick work of those guys. I don't think he expected Melton to pop it too wide there.
And don't look now there, but that might have helped Sean Cassane a little bit there. He was actually close to a second faster than our 2 leaders, and that little scuff there on the backstretch might have helped him a little bit. He is on a little bit fresher tires, so maybe that might have helped him close the gap in some way.
Battle for 7th, Alonso Chicano looking to the inside of Traver Burns. I think Traver just kind of pulled to the side there to allow him to go by, as now he gets back into line. So Alonso Chicano, I mean, that practice, doing a lot of practice, it's benefiting him. I mean, he's back up to 7th place, and now he's got Cameron Caldwell ahead. And, of course, you know, Chicano has the fresher tires out of the 2, so we could see Alonso Chicano in 6th place here very quickly.
That first stint of the race, Josh, Alonso was outrunning Cameron for a good portion of it, and that just has to make Alonso feel so good about what he's doing right now.
I know, he's smiling behind that rig right now.
There was a time when Cameron Caldwell was undefeated at the road course races. I believe he won 3 or 4 in a row before some guy, I don't know if you guys ever heard of him, Michael Kruger actually took a win and started dominating until a guy named Tristan Maher started winning the road courses.
Kruger's an alien.
A road course alien.
Yeah, I was motivated. I thought I was coming when I came into this thing. I felt like I was.
Real quick, David ran around. I don't know if he was exiting pit road, if he went around beforehand, but David Rand actually going to have to tow it back to his pit stall. Let's take a look and see what happened. No, he was not exiting pit road. He did not pull a Brett Bennett. Oh, oh my goodness.
That's the first one of the night, Josh. That was a big hit to that pit attenuator. Could have been a lot worse, but he did a good job locking it down and not making it an issue for anyone else. But I think that's the first one of the night, guys. Overheating into turn 1.
We come back. Alonso Chicano just gets past Cameron Caldwell. He goes right. Caldwell's going to get back there. Chicano has a preferred line, though, through the kink.
Oh, these 2 are going to give it all through the kink. Maybe Caldwell let out and made it single fire through there. Going to try and maybe set him back up. Maybe he knows he's got nothing for those fresher tires.
And Trevor Burns not far behind either. Hunter Peach having himself an impressive night. My pick to win. So it looks like our retirees, Andrew Elias, David Fuller, Zach Probst, Josh Arnold, maybe? Tyler Ratliff, maybe? Tyler Ratliff is sitting in pit road.
So, checking out on the battle for the lead here, Austin J. McGill has not gone away at all from Ethan Fonseca Moreno. He actually just ran a lap time faster than Moreno last time by. So I don't think McGill's going away too easily for ETB. I think it looks like Austin's going to be keeping it really tight as they're coming across the lapper of Jonathan Canfield. Both of them get by as Canfield lets them both race it out.
Man, I hope for Austin J. McGill's sake, he is maintaining his rear tires, just being a little easier on them, because he's going to need them if he's going to want to fight for this win.
Yeah, he must have realized a little bit that he's got to be a bit smarter after the first run, how he kind of may have slightly overcooked his rears and kind of realized to kind of take a step back. And with him pitting before ETB, he realized too he's going to have to be more extra careful since ETB had a 1 to 2 lap tire advantage, and McGill's realizing he's got to be extra careful as Canfield's in the grass behind them. He's out of harm's way.
He's going to stay up close to the wall. It'll be a while before Ethan Fonseca Moreno catches another lap truck. As the next lap truck is going to be Harold Tucker. Yeah.
Cameron Caldwell had a moment out of the bus stop. He got loose and made a heck of a save, but just
for the lead and got wide in turn 1. They're side by side through 2 and 3, and Ethan's going to catch the grass a little bit.
Austin should have it there. Cuts him off a little bit.
Maybe a bump here through the horseshoe.
That was an aggressive move.
What a baller play by McGill.
Not going on there.
Ethan's really sending it in here to the West Horseshoe.
Oh my!
Almost got to him.
So about that horseshoe. Ethan is trying. He wants back bumper. He doesn't want to wreck him. He just wants to get him out of the way.
Just want to touch him, man. Just want to touch him.
He's going to be all over McGill here when they get to the bus stop. He'll be all over his bumper. He'll be curious to see how Ethan sends it through here. It's always really tricky to follow a guy right into this bus stop. I don't know what it is, but it's always so tricky. As here they go.
Into the chicane. I'm not going to call it.
A lot of curb.
Yeah, he did. I'm not going to call it the proper name because it shouldn't exist.
Lamar chicane?
Nope, don't. You're banned.
But it isn't in Le Mans.
Just call it the bus stop.
Road coursing is another animal to me. Man, this is hard.
I'm terrible at corner pronunciation. I just call things like whatever Americans call it, to avoid controversies to the Euros.
Oh, Ethan! Oh, big set!
That was driving so hard.
Guys, crash on the other side of the track there. I think it was. I think it was Riley Garcia. It was actually Shane O'Neill, who just came to a stop in turn 6. It looks like locked it up from hitting the tire barrier, but he's back going.
Battle for 8th. Hunter Peach actually had it. Cameron Caldwell took it. Peach wants that position back.
Peach has ran a really quiet race tonight. He's been in the top 10, if not the entire race, most of it, because he was really fast at the end of that last stage, or the end of the first stage, when the tires were starting to wear off, and he was coming through the field at the end of the stint, just a little bit slow with the pit stop cycle, I guess, and trying to do something here with this number 12. Ooh, Sean Cassine with a big moment through the bus stop. Gonna lose a little bit of momentum here on the speedway, I think, guys.
Oh, he was kind of not necessarily reeling him in super fast, but he was keeping touch with them, you know, maybe just conserving a little bit of tire, knowing he's got fresher tires for the end of the race there, and just made a little bit of a mistake.
Oh, man. You know, one thing I just love looking at you know, short tracks and road courses is the brake glow. And I saw them glow a lot brighter on that 29 than I did the 99 entering 1.
It's funny you bring that up, Josh. I've noticed it a lot this race. That first stint, and it really wasn't noticeable until Austin said something about his rear tires not having anything left. The 99s were glowing terribly compared to Ethan's, and now I don't see anything in Austin. So, yeah, Ethan's is in a lot of trouble with the brakes, it looks like, at this point.
And real quick, by the way, you know, I anticipated after that first round of pit stops where they were that this would be a 2-stop race. In the pits right now is Cameron Caldwell for his second stop.
Just only a matter of time of when everyone else follows suit into pit road. Gonna be especially curious who plays the cat and mouse game and who, when they come down to pit road here in just a couple of minutes.
If I'm Austin J. McGill, I'm pitting now, before you catch the 64, and catch him in a time where you are vulnerable to Ethan. Try and completely negate that right now by pitting and getting out of the danger zone.
Yeah, he already has a decent advantage over him right now. He's built up a decent gap. I think pitting basically right now would be smart, but he's gonna go out another lap.
Doesn't surprise me too much because these guys went about 2, 3, or 4 laps longer than Caldwell last time, and Harold Tucker are going to be really wide here in turn 1. Let these guys go.
Tristan Maher. You go.
Tristan Maher come down pit road. He was entering pretty hot.
Yeah, Christian Pacheco knows a thing about coming in hot at Daytona.
If you know, you know, folks.
Going to join him.
Locked up wrecking ball for season 12 already.
I'm glad I wasn't there when it happened on pit road.
Yeah, I'm glad my embarrassing pit entries were nowhere near that.
Uh-oh.
Trouble for, Alex Kiffin. I heard that too, Mikey. I don't know what happened, but he is slow in the Western Horseshoe. Looks like he did a loop off the corner exit.
Yeah. The rear tires must be angry now if they weren't before.
Take a look here at the JCTV replay.
He's back going, Josh. He didn't lose any positions, but lost a lot of track time, about 10 seconds on the track, and this is going to be very bad for his tires as Alonso Giacano just behind him misses turn 6.
Yeah, and speaking of positions, that he didn't lose any positions. 2 trucks that you saw him pass him on in that replay was Jonathan Canfield and Christopher Melton, a lap down. Either Fonseca Moreno going to come down pit road.
Well, and here comes Sean Cassane to follow. McGill's hand is now forced.
He's got to pit this time.
He's going to lose too much time the longer he stays out. He has to.
Let's get through the International Horseshoe. It's about the only time he has a chance to breathe without somebody pounding down on him, as we've got a driver in the grass. It is Harold Tucker through the Western Horseshoe on the outside of it.
Moreno and Cassane are currently pulling off pit road right now.
Tristan Maher is going to get a good battle here with Sean Cassane, I think.
Oh, wow. This is going to get spicy in the horseshoe.
Maher going to take quick advantage of that spin by Kofin on this pit cycle here and going to let Cassane wash right on those cold tires there.
He's going to try to get him to pit road. We'll 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 get
It's been a nice steady drive by Tristan Maher today. Not the crazy performance we've seen from him at the Roval and such, but he's just been steady, and he really needs this.
Casino almost had a huge moment going into that Western Horseshoe. I thought he was going to slip off the track and lose a wheel and bin it, and he's still attacking Tristan Maher. You're not letting him run away.
Austin J. McGill coming out of NASCAR 4. Let's see if he's going to dive down pit road. He is.
Really aggressive.
Coming in hot.
Wow.
Oh, I think he got it.
Did that perfectly.
I think he got down.
That's the way you draw it up.
That was really good. He had a swing on the speedway before he even crossed the yellow line, too.
Oh, and he perfected his pit entry, too, in his box. He nailed it. I don't know if he could have done it any better. That was an absolutely brilliant entry into his box and on a pit road. Let's just see how he can execute this exit, and if he can stay ahead of Moreno and Cassane and Maher.
Meanwhile, Alonso Chicano's taken the lead off of the pit cycle.
Right here, battle. The two are practically side by side. Either Fonseca Moreno's going to get ahead of Austin J. McGill.
Oh, jeez. Austin saw it. He knew it. He was pushing so hard.
Austin's got that carrot to chase on the stick.
Battle behind them might get heated up here. Tristan Maher with a slide off the first horseshoe, and now they got a lap car of Matt Steiner to negotiate here, heading into the West Horseshoe.
Oh!
Steiner didn't think or know that Maher was making a move there. Just behind them, Michael White's going to go off. He's back on the track.
Oh, Canfield's off track right in front of Maher and Cassane. This could hurt a little bit.
Oh,
no, he's out of the way.
Cassane was going wide, though. Had to swerve down to the bottom.
Connor Peach running in third right now, has yet to pit, and he is just getting driven away from by Moreno and McGill right now.
These two guys, Moreno and McGill. Oh, no, and McGill has a slowdown. Oh, no, this is a huge, costly mistake.
Also, Tristan Maher got the grass a little bit on the exit of the bus stop, and that allowed Cassane to get around him.
Maher all over the back of Cassane coming through the try over here.
Our race leader, Alonso Chicano's hitting pit road for the final time.
Oh, Cassane is loose! He slides! Off track! Now, back into the racing line. That's going to cost him a lot of time. But, you know, you're talking about the slowdown for McGill. It didn't really slow him down any. He's still right here.
Yeah, he did a good job of managing it. Cause he's
wow, and they just send it around Harold Tucker.
We have an estimated, well, my telemetry is telling me 10 to go. The ticker that you guys see is saying 11 to go. Meanwhile, there is 17 and a half minutes left in the race. Still a lot of time for anything to happen. I do see a battle on track. It is between Micah Walls and Brett Bennett. This is for the 14th position.
For the lead, McGill swinging to the outside on the back straightaway, had to back out of it, guys.
Yeah, it's too gutsy of a move.
Yeah, he tried to make it on the outside of the bus stop, but like we've said all night, side by side through the bus stop is going to be a disaster. And he had a good run there going JP, but nowhere to use it.
Yeah, you got to save that for the last lap. You can't be. It's too early right now.
Happened a few years ago in the GT cars at the Rolex 24 going through that chicane.
Ooh, they are really close together. Either Fonseca Moreno wants the bottom, though.
Yeah, McGill again, if he goes on the outside here, he's just setting himself up to get knocked off.
Ethan's just playing it so smart right now on the defensive side. He knows McGill is just a little bit quicker, and if he knows that if he can just be a little more defensive than what McGill is putting on offense, he could possibly hold him off, and McGill can burn his stuff off with the little time that's left. As McGill's looking to the outside, it's looking like it.
Once again, not a spot he wants to be, though.
He backs out of it.
Ethan's just playing some smart mind games right now, just trying to hold off McGill and trying to get him to burn his stuff.
This is just such an incredible race we have between the two as McGill trying to take a peek to the inside.
Both of them are coming across. Christopher Melton just up ahead of them, coming into the bus stop. I'm sure both of them are getting PTSD at the moment, seeing that the 52 right in front of them coming into the bus stop.
And Christopher Melton did not take kindly when that happened the first time, so I don't think he'll do anything different here, but it could be something to keep in the back of our minds.
Well, luckily they're not going to catch him beforehand. They're just going to catch him on the back end of it.
Could make it dicey into turn one if they don't get a good run here onto the front straight away.
Almost surprised. Almost surprising that McGill's gonna take his draft.
Taking the draft, yeah.
He's gonna pinch him. Wow. Ethan and his big mind games right now is really
very tactical. It's honestly like an F1 driver, because in F1 it really teaches you where to put your car in such cheeky little places so that they can't get runs, and he's doing a masterful job of that.
I'm going to disagree with you. This is not like an F1 race because they wouldn't be this close. Max Verstappen would have already won. Everybody else would still be on lap 5.
I don't think you're wrong on that, Josh.
You're not wrong.
There's been a big battle as well. I've been watching on my telemetry between Maher and Kisney. Kisane has actually gotten past Maher. Don't judge me.
Call me Vince. Do it.
Oh, McGill! Had a big slide himself.
Oh, McGill! Trouble for McGill!
That might have cost him. This is a lot of time.
Oh no. Oh no. It's probably one of the biggest nightmares a road racer could have. McGill looks like he just barely touched the grass by a millimeter, and it absolutely upset the truck. Oh no.
Oh, I think you're right, Mike. It looks like the right rear just either the curb or the grass there, and it just sent him skating.
It's all happened to us. It is probably the worst thing that could ever happen to a road racer when they're trying to catch someone down. They hit the grass by just the tiniest fraction. It almost spins it out. It's absolutely a huge blow.
And at the same time that happened, Tristan Maher had a moment coming off of the Western Horseshoe and lost a bunch of time to Sean Kisane because of that.
Christopher Melton bailing out of the way. Sean Kisane. And Tristan Maher gets loose! Oh my, I thought he was going to loop it.
Josh, that's the same exact thing he did last lap through that corner. Oh, excuse me, that was the other horseshoe he did it in, and he was just rodeo styling that thing over the kink.
Jeez, he's still out of control.
Pretty close to having a battle for 7th between Trevor Burns and Cameron Caldwell. Actually, it's going to be 8th.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, this battle's been going on for 4 or 5 laps or so, Josh, and it started when Cameron Caldwell tried making a very aggressive move on Alonso Chicano in the bus stop and kind of put himself in the grass and held himself up to get caught by Trailer.
I don't mean to break this up, but Ethan Fonseca Moreno had a moment exiting the bus stop and got loose, and here comes Austin J. McGill.
And Austin had a great lap, a great bounce back lap from the borderline disaster that happened before.
Yeah, I noticed he wasn't losing much time after that moment. Right after the next lap, he picked it right up like you mentioned, JP, and he just tried to minimize the damage. And with that slide from Ethan is going to just only help him as way different lines here into the first horseshoe.
Yeah, he's been doing that all night, trying to get runs on Ethan, just trying to get any sort of advantage.
This is going to be, I think, a battle for the lead that's going to last the whole 10 minutes and 27 seconds that are remaining in this race.
Oh, Shane O'Neill spins right in front of him.
Oh my goodness! That opens up the door for McGill, but Moreno shut the door. Wow!
Oh my goodness. I've no words. As McGill is gonna look outside, go to the bus stop.
Is he gonna back out of it this time? Yes.
He does. He forces Ethan to send it. Trying to force a mistake out of Moreno.
If he encounters that again, I think he has to take it.
The amount of time that is left, I have to agree with you. It might not be pretty. It might not work out for either one of them. This is for the win.
Both guys just chimed on the radio. They're both sweating right now. They're both... Oh, McGill's gonna once again peak high.
Really
just trying to show the nose there.
Just letting Ethan know that, hey, I'm right here. Don't make a mistake or I'm gonna pass you.
Ethan is hoping to get the win tonight and then see his team tomorrow night win the Super Bowl. Be the 49ers. It's so interesting seeing them, both the different lines that they take entering the Western Horseshoe. But go ahead, Mikey.
I'm just wondering if potentially, with how Moreno has been taking such a defensive line, it looks like, for most of this run, trying to protect his lead against McGill, if maybe that might be hindering his tires just a little bit, maybe, while Austin's taking wider arcs. I wonder if maybe that might have an effect on Moreno, potentially.
It might. Really might just have an effect there, but Moreno's still holding on. Go back to this battle real quick. Trevor Burns has caught up to Cameron Caldwell, even closer than before. Trevor Burns, one lap of a difference of tires in favor of freshness compared to Cameron Caldwell, and I don't know if that makes English sense, but it does in my mind, so we're going to go with it. Back to the lead now, seeing about 5 laps left to go. It's 7 minutes and 16 seconds. Side by side entering the International Horseshoe.
Miguel's trying to go for the crossover. Here it goes.
Status.
On the right side, though. Don't really want to be there in the kink.
I don't think Ethan's going to give him a room if Austin doesn't pull out. But he lets him go a little bit.
Oh, he's going to have the nose all over him, though, going to the corner.
Oh.
Going wide in the Western Horseshoe.
Oh, my goodness.
These guys are also about to catch Riley Garcia. Riley Garcia already a lap down.
going to be.
Ethan with a little bit wider there exit. Thought Austin was going to have a better run through Speedway 1 and 2, but it looks like Ethan's going to have the more momentum right now.
Harold Tucker stopped in the bus stop. He is rolling.
He is out of harm's way.
Riley Garcia just ahead of these guys now. Garcia's going to stick to the wall.
Ooh, 3 wide just for a split second. As these two are door to door heading into one.
I think that's the furthest alongside Zach. Austin's been in the corner, and here he comes on the inside.
Great Ryan.
This is a sketchy place to be side by side as they make it.
Looks like they had a little bit of netcode contact there.
McGill still trying. Gonna get to the outside. Now they got Harold Tucker right in front of them.
Nah, good place
Tucker's
to catch
just
him. He's
gonna
gonna
get in the
slow
grass.
down
Yeah, he's gonna be
completely and
nice,
just pull it off.
Great job by Tucker there. No, you don't want to do that, but good job.
Oh,
My!
Wheel hop. He knows that he's running out of time, so he's trying to get everything he got. He just slightly misstepped his braking point a little bit.
But Mikey, he cut immediately right to the bottom of the curb and hit the exit of that corner flawlessly after the mistake on entry.
This is going to help Moreno be able to pull away a little bit, but McGill, of course, is going to have that draft, the ability to suck back up to Moreno as much as he possibly can before the chicane. We are coming to 4 minutes to go. This clock continues to wind down. It is 4 exactly now. Then McGill looking high. Trying once again. Use that high line.
Ethan running that defensive line. He's been running into one as McGill's looking inside again off the corner. He's down ahead. And he shuts the door.
Oh, snake slide! Contact!
They touch. Oh my.
Cues up on the radio immediately, says my bad for that little contact there on exit, but could have been the race-winning pass right there for Austin J. McGill on entry, and a mistake right there through the center of the corner. Here he comes into the West Horseshoe. Slide in the rears.
Both these guys know time is running out. They both know now is the time to start pushing. And it's showing it.
If I'm Sean just saying, I'm probably thinking in my head, keep going, boys! A little bit harder next time!
Sean Cassane had a bunch of pressure from Tristan Maher a couple laps ago, and Tristan keeps making small, minuscule mistakes, leaving the bus stop, and is just eating into that deficit lap after lap. So battle for third may be off the table here with now lap cars in between.
Another small moment. Go ahead, Mikey.
I was just going to mention there's one lap car ahead of the leaders, but I do not believe it may not be a factor. It's Cody McCorkle. He may be too far out of reach with how little time there is to go here.
Crom across the line with looks like 2 laps to go. There are 2 minutes remaining now as they take come across the line. So
He changed his line. He didn't get defensive. He took a wider arc there.
Austin J. McGill, I think he's trying to save any kind of energy he has for the next lap. So right now, McGill not really sending it, not really pushing too hard, just kind of staying right there with Moreno.
Moreno with a wide arc. He's going to get a bit of a good run onto the oval, as he may possibly stretch his lead out just a little bit here, as he might be pulling away from Austin J. McGill here.
Yeah, I'm wondering if McGill doesn't really have anything left in his tank. And by that, I mean tires.
Yeah, the fuel tank.
Tire wear.
This is still a long way, though. Whether McGill's worn his stuff or not, Ethan, however, has to drive smart for what looks like just over a lap to go here when they cross the line.
And the timer is at 18 seconds, so we are going to have 1 lap to go. Barney the flagman has the white flag in hand. Hopefully he does. Last lap for Ethan Fonseca Moreno. Can he hold off? One final charge from Austin J. McGill. If McGill can do anything. Right now it is Ethan Fonseca Moreno by a second over McGill. Ethan has had an incredible race. He started first. He's led a lot of laps. It's not been easy for him, though, as he is out of the Western Horseshoe. Now he's about to get on to probably the easiest section of the track possible, and that's the one that just about everybody knows, the oval section. Fred McCorkle not close enough to be a factor into the battle between McGill and Moreno. McGill not really close enough to draft up to Moreno here. So Ethan Fonseca Moreno just going to hold down next to that yellow line. Now going wide to the wall. And all he needs is a good bus stop here. No mistakes. And he's going to get through it. Ethan Fonseca Moreno. He was the winner last week at Pocono. He is looking to go back-to-back with a win here at the Daytona Road Course. Off the final corner. On the front stretch, checkered flag is waving. Ethan Fonseca Moreno, back-to-back your race winner. Sean Chassain brings it home in third. Tristan Maher, fourth. Alex Kerfan hanging back here. He is all by himself. He should get fifth unless his truck explodes. Alonso Chicano pulling away from Hunter Peach. They were close exiting the bus stop, but it's going to be Alonso Chicano to get sixth place. Hunter Peach with seventh. And Cameron Caldwell still battling with Traver Burns. Caldwell swerving. Traver also swerving. But Caldwell will get 8th. Traver Burns 9th. Another close battle here between Jurgensmeyer and Armistead. Armistead has a run. He's going to look to the outside. It's going to be a drag race, but I think Jurgensmeyer's got him. Oh!
Wow!
Who got it?
Jurgensmeyer by 3 1,000ths.
Michael Walsh 12th. Brett Bennett 13th.
Oh, God. My God. Sorry. Michael Walsh is running into Jonathan Jurgensmeyer to the finish.
William Kemp gonna. Okay. Bring it home 14th and have some fun. Jacob Locklear, 15th. Cody McCorkle, 16th.
Do not cut to Tristan Maher right now.
So cut to Tristan Maher right now.
Oh my gosh, he's dead.
Number 3 Corvette. No.
That's about how the Corvettes ended up in Daytona for the Rolex.
That would have been cooler to watch, at least.
It was pretty awesome to watch the Rolex 24. Sorry, Adam.
Yeah, I watched
have
it too.
And I have to say that the hotel I stayed at, the 400 Inn, had a pretty comfy bed as well.
Bed.
Saturday night to Sunday, 400 Inn. I'd show you where it's at. It's actually where I could, but I can't do camera work really well. We're trying to move them at a time. And is Andrew Elias driving Harold Tucker's truck? I say that jokingly. Those two are teammates. And Harold Tucker just driving backwards, having some fun here. What a race for Harold Tucker. Good on him to stick with it. Only 66 incident points for him. But he's Fontana Moreno after completing the cool-down lap. He now gets to burn it down for the second week in a row.
No way. Brett Bennett was bottom 5 in incident points.
Oh my god, he's beating the allegations.
Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Someone ring some bells here. I don't know if I'm dreaming, but Jeffrey Armistead.
How did he get a 0?
As a 0.
He threw Jurgen's mile across the line.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Driver of the race.
I guess call Dr.
Clean
Dre
driver
there.
award.
Guess call Dr. Dre there with the ringing a bell. Sorry, I'm a cat dad, so I'm pretty good at dad jokes. Ethan Fonseca Marino. Still just celebrating. So, let's see here.
We got beef post-race, boys.
Beef. What's for dinner?
Oh my.
Is it a cow and an Archibald? Or is it something
no.
way different? Okay. Well,
Oh, yeah, it's something.
It's beef, alright.
so what's for dinner?
Why is that not the sponsor this year in the Xfinity race?
All right, so that is the race. Let's go ahead and look at post-race stuff. And so, our unofficial results. And taking the... Something just fell. I think it was my cell phone. Not important. Taking the win, of course, Ethan Fonseca Moreno. Austin J. McGill finishes second. Sean Kisane, third. Tristan Maher, fourth. Alex Kerpan, fifth. Alonso Chicano, sixth. Hunter Peach, seventh. Cameron Caldwell, eighth. Trevor Burns, ninth. And Jonathan Jurgensmeyer finishes in 10th.
Jeffrey Armistead, Mr. Xerox bringing home 11th. The Mississippi Missile finishing in 12th. Brett Bennett finished 13th. 14th was William Kemp. 15th was Jacob Locklear. Last of the lead lap finishers is Cody McCorkle in 16th. In 17th, we had Matt Steiner. In 18th, we had Christopher Melton. In 19th, we had Jonathan Canfield. And rounding out your top 20 was Riley Garcia.
Brandon Hinton finished to 21st, and Michael White 22nd. Shane O'Neill 23rd. Hayward Tucker the 4th and 24th, and Tyler Ratliff 25th, with Dawson Allen in 26th.
Finishing in 27th was David Duran. 28th was David Chandler the 4th. Josh Arnold finished 29th, Zach Probst 30th. And then rounding out your last two, Nathan Fuller 31st, and Andrew Elias rounding out in 32nd.
So that is our finishing results. And you know what? We've got 4 guys in the booth, 3 guys to interview. And you know, I get to do a lot of interviews here, so I'm not gonna do one tonight. You guys can. What's that?
I get Sean.
You get Sean? All right. I was gonna say you guys.
I've caught up with him.
All right. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and head over to Jonathan Barker, who has Sean Kassane.
Hey, Sean Evids, you got a copy?
Hola.
Well, man, you had quite a lot of pace there, and I know you're pretty new to this iRacing. So just walk me through what your mindset was throughout the whole race.
Well, when I came into Daytona, I was just thinking points because missing Rockingham and what was it, Vegas? I think it was Vegas. But yeah, I just want to get some good points. I've been putting a lot of practice into it, and I ran pretty quick lap for qualifying, not too bad, but just try to get up to the front in the early part of the race and just hit my marks. And couple 1 hour went by, and I third coming across the line. Ethan and Austin were just on a different level when the sun went down. I mean, I had nothing for them, but yeah, just overall a good race. I got third in stage, some good points, but yeah, just happy to be top 3 at least.
Yeah, you did a great job there, and I know how hard you raced in the 24-hour. I got to see that, and I think you found a new favorite racetrack on iRacing, would you say?
Yeah, I got a lot of practice from that 24 hours, that's for sure.
Yeah, especially with 2 old people yapping at you the whole time.
I still remember that, yes.
I'm sorry about that, by the way.
Oh, no, it was all good. It was nobody's fault there but mine.
Yeah, you have any shout-out sponsors you want to give?
I'd just like to thank 1023.com Racing for making this great scheme, and NOS Energy, Mobile One, Coca-Cola, my boys on T1A and Congo Line Esports, and yeah.
That was Sean, Mr. Evids, Kassane.
Kassane, yes. Thank
Not
you, boys.
Kissany. You have a good one.
I want Ethan.
I'm down here with our runner-up tonight, Austin J. McGill. Austin, you got a copy?
Got him.
Well, we heard you over the radio complaining about your tires at the end of the first stint, and it looked like it was the same thing, or it sounded like it was the same thing here at the end of the race. That let Ethan get away. Overall, tell us about your race in the battle that we saw on track tonight.
By far the best race I've ever had on a road course, and probably best battle I'm ever gonna have. So, I mean, I don't have much to say, but I just want to thank Ethan for, keeping it clean with me, basically from start to finish. So.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun for us to watch up here in the booth between you guys battle it out. What was going through your mind when you guys kept fighting that lap traffic there and it couldn't ever seem to hide from each other?
It's difficult because, I mean, obviously we both want to win. If I'm behind him, I'm hoping a lap car does something a little bit sketchy and, gives me the chance to get a little bit closer. That did happen 1 or 2 times tonight, but yeah, just wasn't enough. Also had a pretty close call going to the bus stop, but all in all, I'm really, really happy with that race.
Well, it's going to be a second place finish tonight, so who do you want to shout out and thank to get you here with a podium result and a great run like you had yourself tonight?
I'm just going to shout out Zach Wareham for tennis ball gang scheme. It's not the name of our team, but it's just something we came up with. Thanks to Ethan for the great battle, all the other guys, for staying out of the not staying out of the way, but letting the leaders do the leader things. And thanks to you guys for putting on a broadcast tonight.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, Austin. Good luck next week, and congrats again on the great performance tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Now I'm going to hand it over to Michael Kruger, who has had some reuniting to do in Victory Lane.
I am down here in Daytona Victory Lane with our race winner tonight, Ethan Fonseca Moreno. You got me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ethan, we watched you through those last few minutes handle the pressure of fighting Austin J. McGill in those closing minutes. How did you handle that pressure, knowing Austin was all over your back bumper for those few laps and trying so hard to get by you?
That was the best defending I've ever done in my life right there. That was like such a feel good win right there, because I'm used to choking away wins, and now it's changed. It's changed. Times are different. I felt more prepared for this, but yeah, it was a fun race the whole time. He made it really tough, especially we were both kind of testing our limits a little bit with how much we can push each other there, and then try to save as much tire as we can to make a pass on each other. That whole last two stints there, that really got me pushing quite a lot there, and gosh, I was on my toes the whole time. It was definitely fun and hard-fought win there.
What did you have there at the end to be able to fend off Austin and do what you did to hold on and win that race with how terrible your tires were at the end? How did you manage to pull that off?
I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing except the driver skill that I have left in me to drive away there. I was turning the wheel 360 degrees, so I mean there was no tires left. It was just all me at that point. So that's all I had.
Well, Ethan, this is your second race you've won in a row. Who do you have to thank for your win?
I got to thank Mr. Austin McGill for racing hella fair. So fair during that race. Like that was for the whole entire race. Like we were running each other the whole time, and we did not ever come together and wreck or anything. So I appreciate that from him. I'm pretty sure he's got a win coming. He's a hell of a driver, especially at these road courses. Gotta thank my team, sponsors, JCTV, Pennzoil, Coke, all that stuff. Okay, that's all I got.
That is our race winner for tonight's MartinPC.com Grand Prix here at Daytona.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I feel kind of bad actually. I hadn't even thought about the fact that MartinPC.com was a sponsored name tonight, but first of all, MartinPC.com. First of all, Dawson always says everything you see on JCTV is ran by MartinPC. I wish that was the case because I don't actually have one. I need one, but I need money, first of all. But, MartinPC.com, a lot of the drivers actually run on MartinPCs. So, if you're looking for a PC, gaming PCs, something that is optimized to really handle games or simulators like iRacing, go to MartinPC.com. Brian Haynes, he will hook you up. And they are priced pretty good prices as well. They are custom built. It's not like going to Best Buy and buying a pre-built computer. They're all custom built. So Brian Haynes and the whole crew there will hook you up. So now that I got that out of the way, guys, this race, I mean, that was an incredible battle between Ethan and Austin. John, who was your pick to win?
Austin J. McGill.
Austin,
it's my
okay,
fault.
I forgot that you picked him. My pick was actually my pick. Hunter Peach finished 7th. Adam and Michael weren't here when we did picks to win. They entered in the middle of the race. Now I'm curious, Adam and Mikey, if you had not, just any driver in particular you were thinking about before the broadcast went on air, before you guys even thought about joining the booth, that you thought would be the one to watch out for?
I mean, for me, I was thinking with McGill entered, he was definitely one to watch. I thought that Cameron Caldwell was the guy to watch. Tristan Maher, I thought those guys would be ones to watch. I thought Ethan also could have been a guy thrown into the mix, and it just kind of blew me away with how amazing he drove tonight. It's like how smart he drove of a race to keep himself in contention. He's basically showed it from the very start how smart he was going to drive and how he was going to be one of those guys hanging in there, fighting it out to the end. And yeah, I mean, it was really just incredible just to watch, like how tight the battle for the lead was basically since the start of the race. It was truly remarkable on a road course. I don't know if we've had one ever in the history of AMS Oil to have a race that close come down to it, just like how it did tonight.
Yeah, all the names Mikey mentioned were names I would have picked at the start of the broadcast, but one guy who really jumped out at me at the start, just listening to you guys going through the starting lineup, surprised me. 7th on the grid was a surprise to me for Sean Cassane. I don't know much about him racing on road courses, obviously, before tonight, but he really impressed me, and just driving through the field in that first stint was incredible, and then being in the mix all night after that was just a great piece of driving, and he was in the mix. If just one thing had slipped up between the 29 and the 99, he would have been the guy in the seat.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our upcoming schedule. Next week is Auto Club, and that is going to be a lot of fun. Auto Club always produces amazing races here in the Blazer Sim Racing AMSOIL Truck Series, and then we go to Chicagoland after that, and that's going to complete the first third of the season. It's crazy to think that we're already almost a third of the way through season 5, but I told myself to get the next week's schedule in here into OBS before I went live, but I was pushing it. So I have family in town, and I didn't even get the guys' stream link ready until just before I went live. So I don't have that, but next week we do have some great racing as well. Darlington is going to be our next broadcast Monday night. The Total Nonstop Racing Truck Series visits Darlington. Tuesday, the Slide Job Racing League visits
Richmond.
Thank you. Thursday, SAAC is off. And Friday, the DI9 Designs NAOR Series is right here at the Daytona Road Course. So that's the upcoming schedule on JCTV. We hope to see you all in the comments and cheering on your favorite drivers. And also, I need to remember to shout this one out too. If you ever want to know anything about the upcoming schedule further out on JCTV, go jctvracing.com. Currently, the entire month of February is posted on there, and check that out. Or if you want to sponsor a race or anything, or be a sponsor on JCTV, there's a way to do that on the website as well. You can find out a lot of cool things on there. So you can visit the website, jctvracing.com, as I mentioned. So I think that's going to do it from us here tonight. Spent a very good race. And what a race to call here. But big shout out to Adam and Michael for joining us in the middle of the race. Jonathan Parker, as always, for being the color commentator week in and week out when he's not out on track, trying to be an alien to these guys. So on behalf of them and the entire outstanding crew at JCTV, I'm Joshua Copperl, signing off. Saying so long, and we'll see you next time.